I would draw your attention to some questions that the consultant had written up and we had sent to the various ministries just to guide the presentations that they would make. And that has been tabled, but the permanent secretaries of the various ministries are here and they're outside. And before coming, I see your mic, Mr. Warmington, I'm coming to you. And I'm proposing that the permanent secretary in the office of the Prime Minister has asked that they be allowed to present first because they have a pressing matter to attend to. But I propose that we invite all of them to come in so that they'll hear each other's presentations and there won't be much overlap or duplication in what they're saying. So just before I invite them in, let me invite Mr. Warmington.
Chairman, you said we invited Ministries, Agents, Department here. I don't know we who, because the committee did not invite anybody here. Okay? The issue is, I want to deal with the procedures here. I saw a circular that suggested that the meeting is set for the 19th. That's not the way it's done. The first meeting, the chairman decides. After that, the committee decides on the meeting. We did not. 2, then I saw a series of questions to be sent to agencies, Ministry in the department. I asked where were these generated from, and I was told that the consultant prepared them, and the chairman had no objection. Firstly, consultant doesn't direct a committee. The committee directs the consultant, if there's such a consultant. And the consultant acts on the directive, on the instruction of the committee, but not to go off on a loose end and then send things to the committee. That's not the way it's done. That's not the way it's done. It takes instruction from the committee. The committee does not take instruction from the consultant.
I think
let me finish. It does not. I asked a question, my brother, Mr. Chairman, and they said the consultant prepared them, and the chairman has no objection. So you're brought in after it was done. But even if that was so, the Standing Order 77 makes it clear now. A select committee shall not have power to delegate any of its function to its chairman. So the chairman cannot act on his own. The chairman has to act within the remit of the committee itself. So that's totally was off limit. So going forward, I would like for us to follow the proper procedures. I have no problem. And if these questions are to be sent to agencies, ministry, agents, and department, then they ought to come here at the committee. We discuss them among ourselves before they're sent out. Nobody, this committee gave no instruction for questions to be sent to any agent in the department. We did not. So I'm saying, let me finish.
But you can't take up the whole afternoon.
I'm not taking the whole time. I'm talking. What I'm saying, if there are such questions, they come here, we discuss before we go anywhere. And we then ask for it to go anywhere. So it cannot be done like that. The other thing is, if you look at the standing orders, let me just go to standing orders. As it relates to the public accounts, called the PAAC, it makes it clear what this committee is supposed to be doing. It says, examine budgetary expenditures of government, agencies, and other public bodies to ensure that expenditure is done in accordance with the parliamentary approval. B, that's section 73A. B, monitor expenditure as it occurs and keep the parliament informed of how the budget is being implemented. And C, inquire into the administration of the government to determine hindrance to efficiencies and making recommendation to the government for the improvement of public administration.
And it falls squarely into B and C.
And C?
Squarely into C. And there's precedent that it was done by this committee after burial.
No, I'm not talking about precedent, I'm talking about who's right. I was never part of it before.
I'm saying, I'm reading the same clause you are.
It doesn't fall into C anyhow. But anyhow, I don't make objection, but we must follow the proper procedure. That's what I'm saying.
Noted. But
I don't have a problem. But for going forward, let us follow the proper procedure. Chairman, that's all I'm saying.
I hear you, Mr. Warmington, and I know you're a stickler for
let's follow the procedure. That's all I'm asking
for proper procedure. But I just say, reading here, the first meeting of the Sessional Select Committee shall be held at such a time and place as the chairman, in the case of a Sessional Select Committee, shall appoint. Subsequent meetings shall be held at such time and place as the committee may determine. Provided that, if the committee fails to do so, the chairman shall, in consultation with the clerk of the committee, appoint such time and place. And at the first meeting, there was no time and place appointed for the next sitting. So I am well within the standing orders to consult with the clerk and set a date.
No, only the first meeting you have such authority.
But I just read it.
No, only the first meeting you have such privilege. The other, it's done. We normally send out the thing and said, you can such a to her. And it is sent out and ask members for the,
Mr.
their
Warmington, go to the
availability.
standing orders.
Huh?
It provides for that. Anyway, Mr.
I
Warmington,
just read it as, but only
I
first
don't
speaker of
want
that
to
authority.
detain the permanent secretaries
No,
anymore.
only that, sir, please. I don't want us to start out in a contentious fashion because there's no need for it.
But here
There's
is
no need for that.
And I'm not being contentious. I'm just showing you.
You see, there's
I
a need
read
for
to
that.
you
We
the
come here,
standing order
we
that
come in
allows
harmony and we
the
work together.
chairman
But
to
I'm
set
saying,
the date of the committee if it was not so done at the first meeting, and there
no,
was
you
none
can't.
done at the
My
first
brother, you
meeting.
send out the circle and ask members their availability.
In respect of the standing orders, for the very first meeting, if no one has made any indication, no communication comes out, in respect of the meeting date, what normally happens is the chair would establish that first meeting. You are allowed to set the date. You do not have to consult the members in respect of the very first meeting that is held. And from that first meeting, then the members decide on subsequent meetings. If no meeting date is set at that very first meeting, then what is required by the standing orders is that we circulate for the members to vote on a meeting
Mrs.
date.
Honest, with respect, I have the standing order right
Right, so
before
read
me.
it again because you're
And
reading
it
it
does
and taking
not-
a different interpretation.
Well, allow me to read it. This is Standing Order 77, Procedure and Select Committees, subsection 8. The first meeting of a select committee shall be held at such time and place as the chairman, in the case of a sessional select committee, or the speaker, in the case of a special select committee, shall appoint. Subsequent meetings shall be held at such time and place as the committee may determine. Provided that if the committee fail to do so, the chairman shall, in consultation with the clerk of the committee, appoint such time and place. The committee did not do so. The committee did fail to do so. Anyway, we could...
Chair, if the chair or the committee clerk sends out the information and persons do not elect to have a meeting.
Am I
This is not the
recognized,
only
Chair?
committee.
But
This is
Mr.
not the
Chair,
only
am I-
committee chair.
Mrs.
So I would
Holness,
love
could
for the committee clerk to spend the time to give the explanation in terms of the adaptation of that standing order for all committees, because it wouldn't just affect us, Chair.
All right, Mrs. Honest, at the last sitting of Parliament, paper was circulated where members will indicate their availability for this meeting today. A majority of members indicated their availability, and we have set the meeting date and we're going forward. Please, let's not detain ourselves. We're all here. We have all the permanent secretaries outside, the civil servants. We can continue this discussion. We... Who-
Mr. Chairman,
Calling
Mr.
me.
Chairman.
Go ahead, Mr. Hines.
Go ahead. You're first.
Yes, I gather that there was a meeting on the 21st of October. Did that meeting set a date and time for the next?
It did not.
Okay, thank you.
You can choose to skew your interpretation of the standing orders. Chair, when the notice came around, I got the notice because I was sitting at the chair as speaker on the day, and I signed that I would not have been able to attend. At that time, Member Warmington came up. He also saw the notice and indicated that we were not convening the meeting properly because he didn't get any email, no communication to set a new date. I wasn't, and you will see it on the document, intended to attend.
I saw that.
Members started to call to ask, how is it that we're having a meeting, and they haven't seen anything circulated. So when I asked the committee clerk and the parliament to send me the document, that's when I realized that nobody else signed from the government side. I called Roy Clark and I said, you had ticked it. He said he didn't tick it. And I said to the clerk of the parliament, going forward after today's meeting, what you should do is just have persons initial or sign that they can attend or can't attend so that we don't ever have this problem again. Because only myself and Member Warmington, who is here, got that document on the day from the orderlies.
Well, the orderlies fell down there.
Right. So whatever happened, Chair, that is the result of it.
Okay. So we'll take that on board.